What's going on, guys? Super Savage 789 here, bringing you guys a video. And today we're doing what if Naruto had all 9 biju. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. In this timeline, Hashirama would have possession of all the tailed beasts and would decide to keep them in possession of the Leaf Village. As time passes on, there'd be a bunch of Jinchuriki working in war to help out the Leaf, which would leave the village in a dominant position of power. One day, Danzo would walk into the third Hokage's office and sit down to speak with him. He'd tell him that he had an idea to make an ultimate weapon of destruction, a Jinchuriki who could utilize all of the biju. Hiruzen would be hesitant to do so, since, after all the Jinchuriki are alive and healthy. Danzo tells him that it wouldn't necessarily have to be all at once, but the ultimate Jinchuriki would have to be a child, as it leaves more room for training. The two begin constructing plans and meet with the Jinchuriki to discuss the plan, and lots of them would be hesitant to have their biju ripped out. To some reassurance that they can do it without killing them, they'd be more happy to get rid of the demons residing in their guts. Minato, who would become the 4th Hokage, would be hesitant about letting his wife get the biju ripped out, because she knows the true dangers being an Uzumaki. As normal, the Ninetales incident would occur. The Jinchuriki would probably help hold off the Ninetales, but it'd still end with Naruto becoming the Ninetales Jinchuriki. After this, Danzo would realize that this child he wanted is here after all. He'd tell Hiruzen to act now, which the third Hokage would. Using some sealing scrolls, Hiruzen would take the Jinchuriki and extract their biju, placing them within Naruto. Sadly, it meant that the other 8 would all pass on due to the operation. They'd monitor the child and make sure he's alive and well, and that nothing had happened to him, since this is an experiment after all. After a couple of years of watching him closely, they'd report that the sealing was a success, and now they had the most strongest weapon they could dream of. Growing up, Naruto would be even more miserable and hated, due to being a walking nuke 9 times over. Since he has 9 giant beasts hidden within him, I think he noticed that he was a Jinchuriki much earlier than in canon, and would frequently talk with the biju. Shukaku would find Naruto to be a brat, and would hate being inside him. He'd constantly scream at him to let him out and transform, but Naruto would just tell him to shut up. Matatabi would be very respectful towards Naruto, and even make his siblings shut up whenever they were being mean to him. Isobu is a very timid creature, which Naruto can clearly see. He'd be able to calm the Three Tails, and the two would become friends, though sometimes Naruto scares it whenever he's very loud. Son Goku would at first be very hostile towards the boy, however he'd quickly take a liking to him, seeing how fearless he is towards the biju, not to mention how he calls them by their names, and he says that he really wants to help them. Kokuo was a polite, kind individual, and would get along with the blonde boy quite well. Sometimes whenever Naruto would get into scraps with the other kids, Kokuo would give him advice to be a pacifist than be aggressive, which gets him scolded by the other biju. On occasion, Naruto would listen to this. Saiken's energetic nature would appeal to Naruto, making him and the Slug get along quite well. Whenever Naruto does pranks around the village, it is usually a scheme him and Saiken have come up with in advance. Chome would usually wind up Naruto from time to time by telling him that whatever he equates to skill is simply luck, which triggers the boy, making him angry and annoyed. Despite this, Chome and Naruto are friends. Gyuki would be a reasonable thinker for Naruto, always trying to help him make the right decision, or at least the reasonable decision. Being a voice of reason on Naruto is harder than most people would think, however, as he constantly defies what he's told, to do whatever is the most fun option. Kurama and Naruto wouldn't have as much a relationship as the other biju and him, as the fox would rather be alone. Whenever Naruto made the effort to speak with the fox, he'd usually tell Naruto to buzz off, which annoys him somewhat. Gyuki tells Naruto to stop trying to talk reason to the hateful fox. However, Naruto tells him that one day, he'll make Kurama his friend. Although Kurama doesn't show it, he takes interest in Naruto. With 9 biju comes a lot of cool powers. He'd get an affinity for all 5 basic nature transformations, though he wouldn't know any jutsu to utilize this. He'd also get magnet release, lava release, and boy release, which he struggled to properly use, however. He can manifest bursts of them occasionally. Nothing advanced though. For his magnet release, he'd have to carry a god to carry it in, which he wouldn't exactly enjoy. He'd be able to create coral when touching something, which he'd see as girly and strange, not opting to use it very often. The acid Saiken produces isn't very compatible with the Naruto, and more so just the biju, so when Naruto once tried to do it, it burned all the skin from his hand. Luckily, he heals pretty quickly. Chome manifests wings from Naruto to use, which he finds cool, giving him the ability to fly through the skies to get to Ichiraku faster. He is unable to transform, even partially for some strange reason though. But one time he tried, his body began to morph into a weird abomination, turning his skin almost pale. It knocked him out due to the stress, or the pain, or even the high abundance of chakra. Despite all this, Naruto still fails the Genin exam 3 times and is tricked by Mizuki to seal the scroll of sealing. Gyuki warns Naruto that this doesn't seem safe, but he tells the octopus he worries too much. Kurama, however, can detect the evil intent within Mizuki's heart. As normal, Iruka appears, briefs Naruto on the situation, and Mizuki shows up. When he attacks Iruka as normal, Naruto becomes angry. He'd stand up, and Sand would begin manifesting into a god. He'd go to his magnet release, however his relationship with Shukaku, as well as him having inexperience with the element, makes it easy for Mizuki to dodge. He goes to stab Naruto in the neck, however he's able to duck under by the instruction of Gyuki. Matatabi tells Naruto to flee, however he doesn't want to. He can't let Mizuki kill Iruka. He goes to attack Mizuki, however Chome forcefully activates his wings, causing him to fly above and begin moving away at top-notch speeds. As normal, Naruto would stay nearby trying to think of a way to beat Mizuki. While most of the Tail Beast argue that Naruto should run, the boy is adamant not to let Iruka die. If they won't help him, then he'll do it on his own. He uses Shadow Clones and beats down Mizuki as normal, getting the rank of Genin. That night, when Naruto returns home, he goes to eat ramen, when he sees a man standing in his kitchen. The man enters the light, and Danzo Shimura greets the boy. But guys, that's really it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below if you got an episode. The like goal for this video is going to be 50 likes, so if you want it continued, you have to hit that. And yeah, bye!